What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Creative Pineapple. Today we're going to be discussing the elements of art. So as you probably learned in class already, the elements of art are basically like the ingredients of the cake. They're the different things that artists can use to create. And once we know the elements of art, anyone in the world can use them and start putting them together to tell stories and can make art. So you can't be one of the people that's like, oh, I don't know how to do art. Because when you look at it, when you know the different pieces, you can do them. It's kind of like a puzzle. When you have all the pieces of a puzzle, all you got to learn to do is put them together. The first step is getting those pieces. The first step of making a cake is getting the ingredients. So today we're going to learn about the ingredients. Now the first one is line. So what I'm going to do, and what you guys are going to do during class, is write the first one, line. Now line starts with an L. That's going to be important in just a minute. So we have line, we have shape, we have color, we have texture, we have form, we have value, and we have space. That's 7 elements. We have 7 elements of art. Line, shape, color, texture, form, value, and space. Line, shape, color, form, texture, value, and space. So what we're going to do today is we're going to come up with a mnemonic device. So that's a device that helps you, device is a weird word, it's basically a saying that helps you remember the elements. And then we're going to create a little picture to go with each one. So let's start with the pictures and then we'll make a mnemonic. So first of all, for line, that one's easy. I'm just going to make a couple lines, maybe a couple different kinds of lines, some horizontal, vertical. Maybe I want to remember that the line is the path of a moving point, so I'm going to put a dot that's moving. Okay, now I need a picture for shape. Maybe for shape, I'll just put some different shapes. Squares, triangles, circles. Remember, shapes are all flat, which we're going to talk about that when we have our unit on shape. But right now, just remember they're all flat. I'm going to draw some nice shapes in here. Color. So this one, on your test, you might only have your pencil. If you have highlighters, then you can use more. But to represent color, because there's a bunch of different colors, and I only have a pen, and you guys on your test are only going to have a pencil, I'm just going to draw a rainbow. So that way I can remember that rainbows have a bunch of colors. And then we're going to go to texture. For texture, maybe I'm going to draw a bunch of dots, and I'm going to press down really hard so that I can actually feel the bumps on my paper. So we got texture. Maybe I'll put some jagged edges too, so I can almost imagine feeling something really rough. Okay, and then form. So for form, remember form is 3D. So form is going to take a little bit longer, but I'm going to start drawing a ball, and then I'm going to shade it as if there's a light up there to make it look 3D. And then we'll put a little shadow underneath it. And we'll learn more advanced ways of shading later. But for right now, this is kind of all we're going to do. Let me add a cube in here. We'll make one side away from the light pretty dark. We'll have a lighter side, and the light is up top, so this part's going to be pretty light. And we'll have a shadow coming behind it. So form is 3D shapes. And then we have value. So value, we're going to start really dark. And then we're going to go lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Because value is about dark to light. The darkness and lightness. It's like shading. And then last one is space. So that means stuff in the front, the middle, the back. Stuff that's close and far away. So I'm going to draw some different shapes. Some of them are going to be close. Some are going to be far away. So I'm going to draw a circle up front. I'll draw a square a little bit behind it. I'll draw a tiny little triangle way behind them all in the background. And maybe I'll draw a big part of something that's so close up to the front that we can't even see what it is. And I'll put it all in a little nice picture frame. Okay, so we got line, shape, color, texture, form, value, space. Now, once we have our different elements and our pictures to represent each one, we need to get this down so that we can use it, and that way we can remember. So that way whenever you're wanting to create and you're feeling like you're at a creative block or you can't think of something to draw, you can draw out the elements, and then maybe while you're drawing them, you'll think, oh wait, I can make a cool picture using just lines, or I can make a cool picture where I make everything a flat shape. So we have our base. Now that we have that, now we're going to rearrange them and put them into a mnemonic device. So I want to use the first letter of each word to arrange it to where the first letter of that word can start another word that makes a sentence that makes sense or is silly. So, for example, we're going to use San Francisco, California looks very sunny today. Now, I came up with that really quick, but that's actually because I came up with it before this video. So if it takes you a little longer to come up with yours, that's fine. So San Francisco, I'm going to take the S from shape. I'm going to take this, move it down here, and we have an S, because S for shape. San. Okay, and then Francisco, I'm going to take the F from form, put that over here, and we have Francisco. And then California, I'm going to take the C from color, put it right down. Looks, I'm going to take the L from line, put it over here. Very, I'm going to take the V from value, put it down here. Sunny, I'm going to take the S from space, put it down here. And today, so I'm going to take the T from texture, put it down here. All right, now when we look at this mnemonic device, all we have to remember to get all the elements of art is that San Francisco, California looks very sunny today. So say it to yourself a bunch of times. San Francisco, California looks very sunny today. San Francisco, California looks very sunny today. San Francisco, California looks very sunny today. And keep going, keep memorizing it until you have the sentence down to where someone could ask you, what are the elements of, and before they finish, you can say San Francisco, California looks very sunny today. Now, how do we use that? You can know the sentence, but we got to know how to use it. So whenever you're there, you're going to look at each letter. San, oh, I remember that stands for shape. Francisco, that stands for form. California, that C stands for color. Looks, that stands for line. Very, that V stands for value. And sunny, that S stands for space. And then the T in today stands for texture. And then once you've translated it or decoded it, you have all your elements of art right there. And you can use that when you're making art, when you're taking a test, when you're trying to make erudite conversation with your friends. And that is about all. So let's get to class, get started. That's actually going to be your assignment. I just showed you a digital copy on there, but this is the one that I made for the presentation right now. It has the gesture drawing on the back. But yes, this is our mnemonic device. You're just going to do this, hold it up to your camera, take a picture, submit that on Google Classroom, and that'll be all for today. All right, you guys are awesome. Have a good day. Peace and love.